Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop on these charts on this beautiful Tuesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, I might add, please make sure you read what's on the screen. As always, trading is very risky. Most traders lose money. Trading's a crazy thing to do. You probably shouldn't trade. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all your money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything here or anywhere else. Do your own research, make your own trading decisions, read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partner disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures code RDF, Bookmap, Edgeful, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which I do. Important for me to be transparent about that, for you to do your own research and make your own trading decisions. Chat, let's see what we got going on here today, man. We had a good day yesterday. We had Clay, founder, Top 1 Trader, Top 1 Futures on stream. We caught the W. We took another payout. We took the 21st payout from the same Top 1 Futures 15K live account that I've been trading with you guys since October. Since October of last year. We're in the same account today, man. We're going to see if we can't keep the show rolling. See what we can do. Push to the upside here. We got about, 9:24. We got a little time before NYSE is getting ready to open up. Gonna go ahead and clean this chart up. Gonna get some chart markup done. Let's see what we can do here, guys. We are here on TradingView. This is YM on the 15-minute chart. Important to note, we are on the M contract. As you can see over here on Bookmap, we've got YMM6, right? ESM6. We are on the M 2026 contract. We rolled, as far as I'm aware, as far as I can see, across volume and open interest and platforms, we have rolled to the new contract. Make sure you are on the correct contract if you are trading. I also got some of the light Bookmap light stuff loaded up today, so we'll take a look at that. But for now, let's just leave ES up here as we get ready to get some markup done on YM. Before we do that, let's get the good mornings in. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you being here across YouTube, Kick, and X. Look, it looks like we're live. Marcy, what's up? ASFX, what's up? Disable slow mode again, please. Slow mode's off, so you're good. But also, I'm going to manage the chat and the stream as I see fit. I always appreciate suggestions, but I will do what I think is best. But I appreciate you guys. Paul, what's up? Miss K, what's up? Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. I'm not Irish, but let's see if we can't get the luck of the Irish on these charts, man. I don't know. Maybe we still throw some green on the screen today. Good morning, guys. What's happening? What's happening? Happy St. Patty's Day. Hell yeah. What's up, W? What's going on, guys? Good morning. NHL Profit, what's up? Purple Legend, what's up? Been sub for a while. First time catching the stream. Awesome, dude. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Anyone trading MNQ pre-market? I have not. What's up, guys? Good morning. Maritime Trades. Eric, what's happening? Alan, what's happening? Hansel, XX, Black Mamba. You guys are your crazy ass names here. Nate, what's up? Going pro, what's up? What's happening? Zach, you trade the top one on TradingView, right? Yes, this is the top one 15K live that I'm logged into right now on TradingView. What's up, guys? Eric, F Show, what's happening, guys? Frandy, what's up? What's going on? What's going on, guys? I'm sure we got, let me guess, before I even look at Kick, Kobe, Jess, Sloth Father. Look, dude, I got it right. What's happening, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get some markup done before this market opens up. Let's get marked up before this market opens up. Let's get this rolling, man. So again, guys, we are here on TradingView, just to be clear, since Nate just asked in the chat. This is TradingView. I am logged in through a Tradeovate live prop firm account, not to make this super confusing with all the T names, from Top 1 Futures. That's what I'm trading here live with you guys, okay? Yeah, that's what we got going on. So let's go ahead and get the chart marked up before we open up here for NYSE in a couple minutes. Taking a look at the daily here. I don't really like this zone too much. I don't want to get rid of it yet, but I think I'm going to. I'm going to get rid of it in favor of something else, since we're just trading back and forth across it. Yeah, I'm going to leave it for now. Taking a look at the overnight session coming into NYSE Open here, Asia, London. We are pushing the upside. Nice big bullish candle off of a bullish candle yesterday to open up the week. Today being Tuesday, we are opening up, getting ready to open up right to the upside here. Taking a look at NQ just real quick. Very similar structure on the daily. Looking at ES real quick. Very similar structure on the daily. Just want to flash over on those guys. Take a look before I drop down. Let's take a look at the hourly here, just to see if I can't decide if I want to mark out a zone above that I really want to pay attention to. Oof, we're really at one right now. I mean, this is interesting from back here. If I look left, this is interesting right in here. Right, look at all these lows, right? Kinda here. We push above this area, this high volume node that we're coming into, like right here, right now. Whoa, not that. That was weird. What the hell? My finger got stuck on my mouse? What was that about? Guys, just doing some discretionary zones. Some drawing of my magical rectangles that work with 110% accuracy every single day. No losses, all wins. All you have to do is mark them like... No, I'm just kidding. Completely joking around. These have no predictive power. We are just marking up the chart here with some discretionary levels. Yeah, like this is area of interest number one. This is higher time frame area of interest up here, top end of this visible range volume profile. Just looking across time frames, guys, because we're pushing to the upside here, trying to get my ducks in a row. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave these two here. I don't like to have like multiple zones above each other, right? Like I think that can kind of just get confusing, like what the hell are you looking at, right? But I'm gonna leave this here as we push to the upside. This is first area of interest. We are opening up very bullish right now. It's 9:30 a.m. Taking a look at yesterday, push to the upside, overnight session, gap up, come down to almost fill that gap, but not quite. Almost filled that gap, but not quite. So we do have a gap down here. Gap up situation. Really aggressive overnight session, man. You know, Asia opened up, London opened up after choppy Asia to the upside, and we have been pushing all the way into pre-market here, just ripping faces off here, blasting to the upside right into this 9:30 open. About 650, 660 points to the upside so far as we are opening up here. I'm going to be cautious of this mean reversion short, guys. So, as you guys know, I've been getting paid. I've been getting paid shorting this, right? There's a play coming up here, but where the hell do I want to step in front of this is the question. I don't yet. I don't. I'm going to wait for a push through these 47,700s. If we get it, I don't like this just yet. You know, I don't love that, right? Here's my mean reversion play, but I don't like this just yet. We are into this area of interest, but I think we could come right through this, man. This is very aggressive to the upside. If we're going to revert back down, if we're going to catch that pullback, this is it, right? Like this is trade idea number one here. I'm not going to take this. It's just super aggressive. Let's see if this would pay out today. You know, 200 point stop, 200 point take profit, just to make this really simple, right? You know, $1,000 worth of risk. This is what it would look like. I'm not taking it, obviously, otherwise I'd be in. We're starting to get a little bit of a rejection here, but this is too aggressive. This is different, right? This is different than chopping, right? Hitting resistance zone. This is gap up, pull back down, don't fill the gap, and just blast 600, 700 points higher into the open up to the upside. This is a lot of bullish action, and I don't want to step in front of it just yet. Not to say I'm not going to short it, but I'm not going to step in front of this yet. This is one of those situations where I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. But I will mark out, trade idea number one, right off of these 700s. we can see what this would look like. I would like to short it, you know, with a farther push up, which is why I'm not taking this just yet. Sorry for making you guys dizzy, zooming in and out. Again, trade idea number one, if you wanted something super aggressively with my style, you know, this is what it looks like. I'm not going to take this. We'll see how that would potentially play out. I can hide it and come back to it later. So let's see. I don't know that I would want to wait all the way to the 48,000s. a.m. Yeah, let's see what happens up here. Nice green CVD across all of these. Not much by way of orders up above ES here. I'm playing with two different settings on Bookmap, which are proving to be important to look at. So staying patient on this one, guys. You know, so far still pushing the upside, trading these 712s here. I'm staying real zoomed out, obviously, because, right, if I do this, what the hell am I looking at over here? Nothing, right? You know, so I like to look at price action, market structure. I like to look at volume. I use that in my trading. So today is probably going to be one of those really zoomed out chart days. I'm curious to see if this is going to be a key spot, or if we're going to come really aggressively through this towards the 48,000 evens. I think we might. 30 points higher than that initial short idea. This would be really aggressive from up here. I don't think I'm going to pull this, though. This would be a really aggressive play. Arbitrary take profit, right? That's just like out of the way. I just have something getting entered as an OCO there, but I'm just using this to measure out, you know, distance to my max stop, what I like to run. This is pretty volatile, so it could be one of those days where we drop to micros as well. Staying patient on this, guys. I'm just trying to decide if I want it like below the 47,800s, or because if we blast off, I don't know that I want it up here. Here comes the discretion, guys. All right, watching this play out. But we are opened up. We are moving. We got that crack to the upside. We're at a decent area of interest, right? Based on price action, market structure, volume here. We got some important lows. We got some key areas that we've rejected, where we've reacted from, where we've put quite a bit of trading in. Man, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this really aggressive stop, but I might have to take fade in this. Today may be the day where we do not pull back, and I'm exercising some discretion by not jumping in too quickly on this. I'm also just, I'm just looking at what this looks like as price tracks around with this, mid plus limit order. Yeah, here we go, still cracking to the upside, trading the 740s out. Man, I'm tempted to try this, guys. Gotta be honest. Here. Step in front of this. Sorry for locking in here, guys. I might have a trade coming right off of the open here, man. I don't want to miss this if I decide it is a good play. It's aggressive. You know, we had 5 minutes at least past now where we're not just completely blasting higher. We're at this level. We're starting to consolidate a little bit, man. This could be a gnarly face ripper, though. I think I'm going to hold on this one, guys. I think we're getting some reaction right now. I think we're going to get something up here. I just don't know if it's going to give me what I need. we're getting something here. Trading back down to the 700s, 47,700s. Yeah, I'm going to stay patient on this for now. I'm going to stay patient. Maybe we get another crack through that high. We go and retest that high, and I look for it. Lock it in here, guys. Lock it in for right now. Let me just see what we got going on. Yeah, we are in alignment across all of these. Looking at the S&P, looking at NASDAQ. Not that I use them all in correlation, but I do like to pay attention to what the hell is going on across all of them. Let's try like watching big +6. That would be super clean. Back down to that volume point of control. I don't know if we're going to get anything like this today. I don't know if we're going to pull back to VWAP at all, man. This is gnarly. Not minus. What the hell? Why would we want limit minus? What? What are you doing, trading deal? What the hell? Why would we want to limit sell minus bid -6? Watching this thing continue to push higher. Trading these 750s. Man, do we just rip 200 more points here? Or are we going to find some sellers and catch a little bit of reversion here? I want to try this bouncy bounce. Chat, I know I am not reading it. I know I'm not reading the chat right now. I'm kind of locked in, deciding if I want this bad boy or not. This is one of those ones, man, where it's just so damn aggressive off the open. It's not a bad setup. I'm staying patient on it. I'd almost like to catch it on the way back down, but we're kind of putting up a fight here. We start to break above this. I don't know that I want it. We start to turn back down. I'm gonna miss the reaction off of this. 9:41 a.m. Eastern. What do we have by way of news? Just take a look. Didn't even take a look at news for this morning. 10 a.m. we got pending home sales. That's probably not going to be too crazy. These markets are delicious. Chat, what do we think? What do we think, Chatty McChat Chat? Nope, still pushing. Still pushing. Trading the 60s. You know what? I'm gonna get ready for it. I'm gonna try this limit bid plus an offset. I kind of want to see what the fill looks like on this. And I don't mind this for the short play up here. If we crack higher, I think we're just ripping faces off to the upside. I'm gonna try this for a rejection up here around this 9:45 a.m. time frame. I don't think this is terrible. Push. Let's go for it. Let's see if we get our bid plus an offset filled. Ooh. Ooh, we moved away from it pretty quick. Dang. That bid plus 6 didn't work out too nicely for me on that one. At all. So what I was doing here, guys, is to try to offset TradingView's laggy back and forth marketing in at what I was considering a worse price. I'm playing around with this limit sell bid plus an offset by like 6 points as we're volatile into the open. So we started to move away from it, and that's the downside of using a feature like that is you're entering limit above price, so price has to continue trading up into your limit order before you're potentially filled. So I'm not filled. I'm not filled on this one, and I don't know that I want to keep it on as we continue lower or we potentially crack higher. Was hoping to just get a fill that was a little bit better than current price, but now we might not trade back through that. ES trading to 6,800 evens on this contract. Dang. Bid plus an offset did not pay me nicely today. Did not work so far. I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna try that again if we come higher. I don't really want it from down here. So this one is gonna be missed just on me not entering where I should with a market order potentially today. But I don't want this in case we crack back up. I don't want a limit order sitting here. I'm taking that off. Let's see what this would look like had I just marketed in and taken my worst fill on TradingView. We trade back through those 730s, I'm going to take it. And I'm probably not going to play around with bid plus an offset. Or maybe we go with something closer. We go bid plus like 2. Nah, because that's even way laggy as well. It'd be market. We're going to market only. Let's see as we open up here for 945. Started to get some reaction on that one. I wouldn't mind it up here, testing these highs again, continuing to take everybody out. Chat! What do we got going on, guys? Might be wrong. I saw it on Discord. Thought it was Discord. Music too hard. Is music too loud today, guys? Thought I saw someone else say. My duck goes the other way. 10 a.m. could bring up volatility for sure. 10 a.m. could bring volatility. Yeah, you got the music's too loud today, guys. Let me turn this down a little bit for you. What did we do on the music? Let me know if that's a little bit better on the music, guys. As we're trading up, back up towards these highs. I'm going to play with it again. I'm going to play with this bid plus an offset. Oof, growing CVD out of ES. Let me know if the music and the mic volume is okay, guys. I'm still hanging tight on this. I'm not short. Still not short. This limit order tracking stuff is all over the place. I don't know that I want to play with it. Yeah, I'm not going to. It's going to be market or nothing. Watching price just dance around up here, dance around up here. Obviously, sellers putting up a fight. Do we want to crack and go higher today? It kind of feels like it, guys. Which is why I'm being cautious. I did try a bid plus an offset short, so I easily could have been filled into the high 30s there, 47,730 something. 10 points higher than right now. I'm still considering it. I don't know that if I want this one today or not. I don't know if I want this one. If we sell off really aggressively, I'm going to be a little disappointed, but I don't think my thesis is that we sell off. If I enter on something like this, I'm just going to be looking for the little bounce. So I have to weigh where I'm throwing my stop loss. If I'm just going to be looking for the little crack back down on something like this, I'd almost like to see a really aggressive... I'm not going to jump into this just yet. If I was going to take it, I want it up around the highs, but I'd almost like to see one of these. Maybe we revert. Maybe we catch a really nice pullback, right? That's cool. I'll be a little bit more patient today. I've been pretty aggressive this week. You know, I'd almost like to see a really aggressive crack up real quick, one more big wick, and then sellers, you know, take it lower again, and then, you know, find my way in, not off of the high, but somewhere up here, you know, after we kind of clean out everybody one more time, you know, fake out, and then maybe catch a little bit better price for a pullback down. But again, this is very bullish into pre-market, guys. You know, what's my thesis on this day here for the daily? That we, you know, that we just completely turn back down, that we flip this thing bearish. Not exactly. That we put up a little bit of a fight like we're doing right here off of this area of interest. You know, yes, that's the thesis. We got some daily candle lows down here. We got some closures right here. Came right into testing that at the 47,750s. You know, short is my call up here, but trying to apply that discretion as to when exactly would be a good time for that. So I think I'm going to stay patient on this one. Had an opportunity to get filled into the 737s, whatever that bid plus an offset was. I'm not done watching this thing, but we'll see. I don't know that I want anything super aggressive here. Arbitrary take profit for now down there. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Chat. How we doing now? How we doing? Music sounds good. Cool. Is Top One planning on integrating TradeC? Would be awesome. Love the Ignite accounts, but Tradeovate is the worst platform I've ever used. Yeah, so TradeC, for those that don't know, is a brand new cloud-based trading platform, right? It works through Rhythmic, and Top One is looking to add everything that traders like. But a brand new trading platform, as you guys could imagine, like Project X was, can prove to be really unreliable. It can prove to have issues. And before a prop firm just loads something up, I think it's a really good practice to say, hey, is this like good to go? Is everything here kosher? Like, is this going to be stable? Or, you know, are we going to have outages? Are we going to have, you know, issues? Are we going to have to try to figure out, you know, why accounts were blown and, you know, all these different types of things? So I know they're looking at it. They're talking with Rhythmic. They're talking with TradeC. I think they want to give traders everything that they possibly, you know, want, right? All of the options, power of choice. But on something like that, that's like brand new without having any proven track record or, reliability or lack of reliability. I think it's a reason for caution. So some of the other firms have brought that on right away. But after the whole Project X thing, I think there's reason for caution, right? To say, hey, like, maybe this is the next Project X, but also maybe we have all of the issues where trades are lagging and, people lose accounts and stops aren't fit, all these different types of things. So, yes, I think they are looking at bringing it on, but I'd say we're probably at least, a few weeks to a month out from something like that. But yeah, if you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures, the prop firm that I am trading with right now, my preferred prop firm of choice, here is the link and the code in chat. Code RDF going to get you 60% off. I'll throw this banner up real quick while we're talking about it. The new Elite Daily accounts are some of the best I've seen in the industry. If you trade with Tradeify, with Lucid, with TopStep, with Take Profit Trader, with MyFunded, with Funded Next, I encourage you to put these up against any one of them. Look at the price, look at the rules, look at the payouts, look at the everything about them, and I think you will find it, I think you'll find why I am yapping about them as much as I am. If you want me to do that for you, I've already done it. I made a YouTube video where I put all the rules and pricing and everything side by side. But of course, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I'm biased. You go ahead and do that. Check that stuff out for yourself. Top 1 Futures, absolutely badass accounts out of these guys. I'm really excited to see how competitive they've got in the eval space. Those accounts are insane. End of day trailing drawdown in both eval and funded. No daily loss limit in the eval. 3-day to pass, right? Super fast pass. You have no consistency. Daily payouts, no minimum trading days to pay out. So both of those, no minimum 5 trading days and no % consistency, right? In the funded account. Super sweet. End of day trailing drawdown in the funded account. It's an eval with no activation. Under $100 for the 50K. Resets at under $100. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free. Link is in the chat. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I try to yap about what I think is good opportunities and not so good opportunities, while letting you know that I am biased. Right? Make sure you do your own research. Somebody just added somebody on Discord. Cool. I'm a full-time software engineer that focuses on integrations. If Top 1 needs help, my YouTube name is the same as my LinkedIn. Happy St. Patty's Day. For sure, brother. I don't think that they do at the time, but I'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's not so much so like as the integration, I think, but for adding a new platform, right? Like we were talking about, you want to make sure the platform itself is good, for lack of a better term, right? Is reliable, is stable. And something that just launches a month or two doesn't have a lot of data behind it. And to throw all of your eggs on that and say, here you go, guys, we're going to sell you something, and then here's where you go and trade, without being really, really confident that that is a reliable, place to do that, I think is the reason they're saying, okay, let's just kind of watch how this plays out for the next couple weeks, make sure everything's cool. And as we're seeing a lot of videos already about fills, right? People complaining, it's always hard to interpret what's what, right? Everybody's got, reason to say something or not say something, right? They're all biased. Their interests are different spots. But again, I'm in favor of power of choice to the trader, right? You guys want to trade on any different platform just because I don't use it? I think that makes sense. I think when prop firms start to say, this is the best platform and nobody can trade on anything else, even though we had that available, but you have to trade on this, right? Like, it's kind of like when the government tells you, you should do something and, you blindly trust that they have their interests, your best interests in favor, even though they get paid on a certain way, right? Or maybe even a doctor or, somebody with, interests that are not aligned with yours, right? So anyway, but there's a reliability piece there. So we'll see. I think it looks so good, so, really good so far. I see a lot of good stuff coming out about it. I think obviously with Project X, pulling the plug for all prop firms, it left the door open. Trade C swept right in. Seems like, they are making a good case for it. I've also heard on the back end that there's other competitors that are going to fight for that as well. TradingView integrated chart, dragging stop losses, very, you know, clean user interface. So we'll see. I'm not super stoked on trading from TradingView directly. It's very laggy, like I'm displaying here with you guys. I don't like it as much. I love TradingView charts. I love the TradingView platform. I love TradingView. Born and raised on TradingView. I don't like it for executing my trading, yeah, if that makes sense. So, anyway. Chilling, guys. No trade with you so far. Hanging out. We're going to see. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what we can do. Guys, smashing the like button. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for going ahead and doing that, man. If you're new here, thanks for being here. We got a ton more people hopping on. For those of you guys that don't know, I've had explosive growth on IG. If you're not following on IG, I'll throw the link in the chat. If you want to hop in the free Discord, if you want to follow on IG, all of that stuff is pinned to the top of the chat. But I will throw that on here. I've done some giveaways. I've done some different stuff on Instagram last week and this week that has absolutely exploded. I appreciate everybody. If you're here from Instagram, thank you. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you hopping on live streams. Hanging tight. Took some aggressive trades last week into this week that paid me really nicely. I'm being a little bit more conservative here off of this open. I was considering the short. I kind of got my foot off the gas right here. We got 10 a.m. orange folder news. I'm going to see what pending new home sales has. I'm still curious to see if we pull back to VWAP. I think, you know, getting involved up here would have been the play. What the hell is this? Laggy candle? TradingView, bro. What was that, man? What was that, chat? I know you guys saw that. I don't know about that, bro. I was looking for maybe one more clean out before a potential pullback, but it looks like getting involved up here would have paid pretty nicely. Off the 30s, you know, right? Somewhere into the 730s. What did I have? 737 or something. I ended up with that bid plus or minus. You know, that'd be pretty clean. Looks like that was the potential play if I wanted to be really aggressive on this one, which I was not this morning. Making the case in review for more aggression. Making the case for just more aggression. But staying patient on this for now. We'll see. We'll see what we get out of this one. If we just react straight back down to VWAP really aggressively, that's going to be the move off of this zone. And maybe we hop over to NQ. We get some really ridiculous high-frequency scalping. But for now, sitting patient. For now, sitting patient. For now, sitting patient, chat. Yep. Really, really aggressive reaction off of this zone. Not looking too bad, man. We'll see if we continue. We'll see if we get that move all the way back down towards VWAP. I think this is a pretty far stretch. You know, like I said, if I was getting short off of this, I don't know that I'm holding all the way back down here, man. Maybe just to dip back down into this, like, 915 candle, right? You know, kind of fill some of this imbalance in here, like this bad boy right here. Taking a look around the horn. NQ really not taking his foot off the gas at all, still pushing the upside. ES a much lighter reaction here. Let's see what YM's got for us. Let's see what YM's got for us. But I appreciate you guys hopping on. As always, feel free, smash like, smash subscribe. You don't have to do anything. Do whatever you want to do, guys. I appreciate you being here. Sent you a DM. Check when you're free. For sure, man. Any hints for day 2 at 6? No. No hints. No hints. Check it out. Try to find it. You guys seem to find some of those codes really easily. Some of the other ones seem to go unfound. So, we'll see. Hello, been a long time since I watched your stream. How is the live account going? Idar, what's up, dude? Live account, I'm happy to report, is going good. I am here in the live account right now after taking my 21st payout yesterday. I'm still in the same Top 1 Futures live account that I started trading beginning of October of last year. It's been pretty sweet. Small base hits, nothing crazy, no, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 days, none of that stuff. Most was talking about it with Clay. Payouts between, $300 and $1,000, right? But base hits to just continually take multiple payouts a month, sometimes multiple payouts a week. Out of this bad boy, demonstrate some slow, boring, conservative, but consistent trading, holding on to live accounts. Been happy to do that. Really happy to do that. Talking about getting more aggressive in Sim. Working on that, sharing some of that in Discord and here on the live sessions and on IG. As I'm trading this account, I'm going to try to demonstrate both boring, conservative, real trading, right? Maybe holding on to accounts without just ripping through evals and fundeds, but also demonstrate creating a really big return on investment with prop firms in Simland by ripping through evals and fundeds, right? But coming out on top. I'm going to try to be a hybrid trader. Show you guys what both of those worlds look like. I don't see that from really anybody. I either see them as a live account trader, right? Slow, conservative, low risk per trade, right? Working themselves towards, creating a nice positive expectancy, in the live markets, or super aggressive prop firms. No live trading. If they are live trading, it's just flipping where they're doing the same thing. They're blowing live accounts left and right, and then they're, exploding on some of them. Nothing wrong with either path. I'm going to see if there's something down the middle for me. That's my game plan. We're going to see what we could do in Simland. Chat. As far as IG code hunt goes, I'm blind. I can't seem to find anyone. That's funny. That's funny. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm doing giveaways for prop accounts here on the live streams, here on IG, on X, in Discord. I do them all over the place, but these guys are talking about the giveaways from IG. Thanks, brother. On a 50K account, how many contracts do you take? It depends. Completely depends. And, it's not up to me to say what is reasonable. How much do you risk per trade? Also depends. Completely depends. So I know that's a vague answer. I know that's not helpful. But taking what somebody else is doing and applying it to your trading as far as risk per trade or amount of contracts does not make any sense. It will only hurt you. And so let's talk about that, right? How much should you risk per trade, right? That's what you're asking. How many contracts should I trade with on NQ or ES or YM as I'm watching other people trade prop firms? Here is how I would start to get to the answer to that question to the person that's asking in the chat. Number one, how confident are you in your trading? How long have you been I'm not asking you to answer this, but for anybody listening, right, to try to figure out risk management. Are you trying to hold on to this one account, right? What is your capital for trading in general? How long have you been trading for, right? Are you trying to hold on to this one prop firm account really slowly and trade it slowly, maybe for a number of months, just work yourself towards your first payout because you've never taken any payouts, you've never made money trading? I would say probably really low, right? Before even understanding what your win rate and risk to reward is, because that is really important to know, and that's the actual answer to what you should risk per trade based on account size, right? Your expectancy. But before that, are you trying to hold on to the account, right? Are you just trying to work yourself towards your first payout to prove some consistency, right? If that's the answer, low, very low. Micros, right? And probably extremely low risk per trade. You probably want to give yourself a lot of losses, right? 10, 15, 20 losses, right? Even more maybe before you lose the account. Are you somebody that's already consistent or starting to gain some consistency? Are you somebody that has a lot of money to trade with, that you're going to copy trade, you're going to burn through accounts? Maybe the entire account is risk per trade, right? That maybe that's what's going on. Are you going to hold on to that account? Absolutely not, right? So, but once you get some of that basics, experience level, general risk tolerance, capital allocation, right? Overall game plan, which is completely individual to every single trader. Nobody would be the same. It would be impossible for you to be the same as anybody else. Once you get past that, it begs the question, what's your average win rate and risk to reward? right? You should know this. Where are you ending up on win rate, and how much are you risking versus how much are you making? From that, you can use an free equity simulator, trading equity simulator, right? There's a handful of them. And you can plug in, if I have a 50% win rate and a 1.5 risk to reward, or a 75% win rate and a 0.6 risk to reward, or any combination, if I'm risking $200 per trade on a 50K account with $2,000 max loss limit, right? How likely am I to blow the account? How much money am I expected to make if this is exact, which it's not, over the next 20 trades, 100 trades, right? You could plug that in and you could really understand, are you risking ruin? Like, for sure, if you're trading with this much risk, right? But those are the questions to ask yourself, right? Understanding all of that will build into how much risk to take on per trade and per day. It's up to you individually. But understand what you're doing, right? Understand whether or not you're risking ruin by how much you're risking. Understand, your game plan, your goals for the account that you're trading, your win rate and risk to reward, and what that means over the next 20, 30, 50, 100 trades, right? How many consecutive losses you could expect to see given your average win rate. And then create a risk per trade and risk per day. No matter what you do, decide on your risk per trade and risk per day, right? And stick to that. If you don't do that, you are just guaranteeing yourself failure, in my humble, biased opinion. And then adjust, right? Adjust as you go on. Adjust as you get more data on your average win rate and risk to reward. Adjust as your situation changes financially and your risk capital for trading changes, right? Your risk tolerance and your experience level. But anybody that hops on and says, trade 2 micros in a 50K account, risking $200 risk per trade and do X, Y, Z and bop, bop, bop. Complete BS. Complete, absolute BS. That makes absolutely no sense. There is just logically, that makes absolutely no sense. I have no idea who you are. That person doesn't know who you are. They don't know if you have, $100 million in trading capital or $5 in trading capital. They don't know if you've been trading for 5 days or for 25 years, right? They don't know if you're running a really negative risk to reward with a really high win rate, or if you're running a 15% win rate and a 40-to-1 risk to reward, right? Or a 1-to-40 risk to reward, rather. It's just so individual. So the baseline is that's how you would start to get to that stuff. Let me know if that makes sense. Please feel free to ask. But again, there is no one size fits all at all. It comes down to all of those things. For me personally, now I can kind of speak on that. You guys can ask questions and I'll kind of, go from there. For me personally, it depends on what account I'm in and what my goals are for that account. Like I talked about over here, if I'm trading my live account or a larger size live account, which I do, I'm going to be significantly more conservative. Even that is vague, and it depends on what I think is conservative or, risky, right? But I'm certainly not going to be risking the entire account in one trade idea, or 50% or 25% of the entire account, right? That's super heavy. Maybe I'm trading evals and I'm getting through them extremely quickly. I'm risking the entire account, every single trade, right? To pass or fail it in, 1 or 2 days. Maybe in the funded account, I'm risking a significant portion of the funded account, right? Because I'm trading sim accounts super aggressively and I'm comfortable and I have the experience and the capital and the risk tolerance to lose accounts on the way to faster and more frequent payouts, right? What is the game plan, where you're at with everything. So hopefully that kind of helps. I'm watching this thing turn to the downside. Yeah, this was my short, man. One for the books to get filed under, get more aggressive off these highs. But hopefully that helps. Let me know if that answers the question. We could talk more on that. Hello. How much do you? Yeah, we talked about that. Sorry. I think 3 is the max contract size for a 50K. Risk 250 per trade if DLL is 1,000 and 500 is 2,000. Play it safe. Don't overtrade. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. That an answer like that is not. It's fine to to throw that out there, but that's the answer. You don't have a specific number like that. You're not going to have a specific number like that, right? It depends for everybody individually. Damn, son. Damn. Absolutely dumping to the downside on this. Yeah, man. This This short would have been nice up here. Hindsight, right? Always hindsight 2020. Beautiful. Beautiful to see. There's coming up on, you know, 1-to-1, $1,000 risk per trade on the mini that I'm usually running. Again, so I'll critique myself on this one for sure. Kept myself conservative. Kept myself from jumping in too aggressively up here, or what I felt like might be too aggressively. This is a very different open and movement in the overnight session than we've seen here, where I'm shorting the market really aggressively. Gap up, little pullback down, and then big push to the upside. You know, I was concerned that we could just blast higher on this. So obviously I did not jump in on this short, which would have paid. So again, all we can do is put our trades on as we see fit, stay patient when we see fit, and then review from there. For me, I don't know that I would classify this. I'd say the only thing that I would classify as a missed trade was whatever I hit the sell button with a short YM. I should have been filled on that market, and so technically I should have been short from somewhere up here and letting this trade play out. But we'll watch from here, man. I'm going to watch this one for a little bit longer, 10-15. I don't know that I would want to short if it pops back up. I definitely don't want a long off of VWAP or a continuation short on this, so we might be hopping over to NQ in a little bit. Get really aggressive on scalping on NQ and Sim. That might be the play. Taking a look around the horn at these guys. Mean reaction, man. Mean reaction. Big drop off in cumulative volume delta here on ES. Nice drop off really across all of these. As we're continuing lower, it looks like we do want to at least come down to where we've came down, trade towards these 47,500s, maybe back towards VWAP. Another 100 points lower. I think we could see that. I don't think that's unreasonable, but yeah, it would have been a beautiful short play today. Would have been another beautiful short play today. Would have been a very beautiful short play. Let's see. Let's see. As we're watching this thing and I don't have a super clean trade setup coming, hang tight, guys. Hang tight. I'll be back. Shorts would have paid me. All right, maybe we'll hop over to NQ. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about scalping NQ today. We'll see. we'll see. Good conversation though. We're talking about risk management. We're talking about different important pieces to trading. Man, yeah, I'm gonna have to file this one, guys. I gotta say, this one's a little bit hard to watch. I'm gonna have to file this one as a clean miss trade. This should have been $1,000 in my live account today. Part of the game, man, right? So, like, I'd say staying patient and missing a good setup is right above getting too aggressive and taking an unnecessary loss. But that's the fine line, right? But I'm happy to talk about that, right? And critique myself honestly and openly about what I'm thinking. And you know, this one, right? Applying some discretion there to not jump in what I felt was aggressively at the time, and then F around with trading view with bid +8, and then not just leave the limit order there, which actually would have filled and would have been 200 points in my direction. That's missed profit. That's missed profit today. So, you know, hard to complain about, you know, being in profit and taking payouts left and right and then not being able to capitalize on something, but that's what I have to review today. All right, that's the review that I'm doing with you guys right now. That would have been nice. This would have provided a W. This really would have provided a W. I'd be hard pressed to say that even if I entered all the way down here, this would have given me my 200 points. So part of the game, you know, I'll show you what this stuff looks like for me live every damn day, free. And, you know, you guys can take from it, hopefully some sauce, the good and the bad. So, you know, could have been much better on execution today had I been a little bit more aggressive. And I think that's where I've trended with my trades off of the open. I used to get cooked a lot right into the open, and I found that I have to find that balance between jumping in 60 seconds into NYSE open as volatility is going crazy and being a little bit too conservative even as we're pushing really aggressively in one direction. So this was a breakout of this, you know, this kind of choppy back and forth area here, man, but here's the classic mean reversion play on why I'm playing out today. So part of the game. Part of the game. Yo, Zach just passed my Elite Daily account. We'll post in Discord. Awesome, man. Hey, what made you pick this zone as a short zone? For sure. Yeah, we'll talk about we'll talk about discretionary support and resistance zones. What else we got going on here? Been a while since I've been here. Daniel, what's up, bro? Welcome. Reading some of the comments here, guys. What were we talking about here? No. No, Stefan. Not at all. So first off, you don't have to comment the same thing. Guys, let me back up. We got a ton of more people hopping on the live streams. I appreciate everybody being here. I have to moderate a little bit, right? I'll pick and choose what, you know, the comments, and, you know, I don't always answer everybody. I'll try to respond to things that I think are good for conversation that everybody else is going to find, you know, valuable. You don't have to repeat the same thing multiple times. Please don't spam the chat. You're doing that right now. Please stop, and I'm getting ready to respond to it. But one warning, don't keep sending the same message. You said, I want to buy a 50K Elite account today and be taking exact contracts you take every day because I want to be watching all of your live from today and see how profitable I will be for the next month. First off, no, across every single reasons for that. Number one, what I do here is not signals at all. First off, signals don't work. They will never work. You will never be fast enough. Even if I said, yeah, do that. That sounds like a great idea. You'll never be fast enough. You'll never get the same fill as me. You'll never be able to execute at the same time. If you try to do that with anybody, you will just lose money. Secondly, you learn nothing from that. You build no confidence in your own system. And even if you were fast enough to get the same exact entries and, you know, and take profits and stop losses, you would never be able to manage the trades. This is why signals don't work. You'd never be able to manage the trades as the person on the other side that you're trying to copy because you don't have any confidence. You know, you're copying somebody else. You don't have any confidence or understanding in what you're doing or what they're doing. you're not them, right? So don't attempt to do that with, you do whatever you want, but don't attempt to do that with me. And I wouldn't say with anybody else, for those reasons. I've never, ever, ever seen it work out, ever. And I've been around quite a while, and I've seen people come and go from a lot of different places. But also, what somebody else commented under, I don't take every single trade here on my live sessions. I've traded this account almost exclusively on my live sessions. I'm going to say probably, I was trading it only live for quite a while. I'm going to say probably 85 to 90% of trades that I've taken in total on this Top 1 Futures live account have been live with you guys. Wins, losses, back-to-back wins, back-to-back full stop outs. The vast majority has been live. But I don't take every trade live. I am trading live with you guys for NYSE Open. I trade the Top 1 live account. We trade some sim accounts sometimes. And then I trade quite a bit off of the live streams, right? So you wouldn't get all of my trades anyway. But I would never advocate for that or acknowledge that at all. So for those reasons, don't try to do that at all with me or anybody else. It's also like a shortcut to try to get something done that's just impossible, right? You know, you have to build a skill set here for yourself. And I know this might be hard for anybody to listen to or hear, and maybe that's what you're here for. And if you are, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You could join somebody else's stream and lose money trying to copy their trades, but that is absolutely not what we're doing here. Not only is it not allowed at all legally or by any sense of the word, it doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. You would be leading people just straight down a path of losing money. So, again, I think you can take a lot from what the person does. Maybe, you can decide on things that are helpful to you or not helpful to you, but trying to copy somebody's trades outright for mainly these two reasons. First off, there's latency. Even if you were fast enough, there's latency on every single stream. You would never be fast enough to copy. And even if you were fast enough and you got the exact same fills as the person, you would never be able to manage the trades the way they manage them. For the same reason, you would not be fast enough, but also you have no understanding, no confidence in what they're doing or why they're doing it. Even if they're explaining it to you, you'd never be able to hold on to the winning trades the way they hold on to winning trades. You don't have their discretion. It never works. If they say they're trading a 100% mechanical system that you could copy, that's also another red flag. 100% mechanical, objective, rules-based strategies at the retail level do not work, plain and simple. That's my humble, biased opinion. You can disagree with that if you want, but I will strongly debate you on that. So, for all of those reasons, I'm not trying to, yell at you or anything. Don't do that. Unless you want to lose money. Don't do that with anybody. What a beautiful sell-off back to VWAP, man. This one's tough, guys. This one is tough. What a beautiful sell-off back down, man. 300 points clean. Clean to the downside off of my magical rectangle. Somebody asked, how do I draw? They were asking what made this a short area for me. How do I draw my discretionary, support resistance, supply demand, order block, whatever dumbass name you want to give random rectangles on the chart? How do I draw my areas of interest, my horizontal levels, my areas of interest, right? Two places. From visible range volume profile, session volume profile, market structure price action. I guess technically that's 4 places. But in general, that's where these are coming from, right? Tops and bottoms, daily candle highs and lows, daily candle closures, volume points of control from session volume profile, high volume nodes from visible range volume profile. I zoom out starting at the daily. I take a look at the higher time frame, market structure price action. I start to zoom in. I drop down time frames, a little bit of that top-down analysis, and I identify, key areas of interest based on, what I just mentioned, right? So, why did this zone go exactly where it went, and how did it work out so nicely today? How or why it worked out so nicely today, that's out for the market to decide, right? Why did I draw a rectangle here? Take a look at the price action and market structure right from this area, right? Daily candle low, daily candle low, daily candle closure, daily candle closure, daily candle closure, right? As we start to zoom in, what do we get on lower time frame price action market structure? Key tops and bottoms, right? Key areas of interest, as well as quite a bit of price action that was traded out here, quite a bit of volume. It's a high volume node. If you wanted to say, forget about all that, I just want to draw a visible range volume profile. High volume node, it's actually the temporary volume point of control right here. If I zoom out, that is often going to act as a key area of interest. That's often going to act, in my humble biased opinion, as an area that price action may trade up to and sellers may try to defend, which they did today, right? Will they always work like this? Absolutely not, right? Price is going to do whatever the hell it wants to do. You know, and sometimes we will just blast directly through a line that I draw on my chart. We'll run a stop right away, which is kind of what I was cautious of up here. Not taking this beautiful short. But I'm always happy to see a level and area of interest work out, right? Like, that's always a good feeling. So yeah, that's where that comes from. Price action, market structure, volume profile. If you have questions, you know, feel free. I'll talk about that. Back to VWAP and starting to bounce here, guys. I'm debating whether or not I want to take a look at NQ and start to scalp NQ and some sim accounts here today with you guys. I don't know that I do. I don't know that I do. This is not... I'm going to trade some sim accounts after this into the afternoon, but into the open, really close to the open, 1 hour in, NQ has just really not been paying me too well. It's just the volatility, the general characteristics of price action for whatever reason. I don't get as good of a read on it. I don't get as good of a feel on it for that really aggressive scalping. So I don't know that I want to push it. This is also just not my favorite market conditions for scalping on low time frames on something like NQ. As we're pushing in one direction like this, right, really aggressively to the upside, I do start to find it difficult. I could be caught fading this. So I'm going to watch this for a minute here and mark up some levels, but I don't know that I want to jump down to NQ and start scalping here. I don't know that I want to do that today, chat. Thanks, for sure. For sure, guys. Bouncing off of VWAP. 1030, we got our initial balance set right in here and right in here. Initial balance being the first 1 hour opening range from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna, guys. I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, here's right. I try to be realistic, right? I try to be realistic, and I've got some pretty good trading psychology, right? At least I like to think I do. Pretty good emotional awareness. This sucks to watch. This sucks to watch, right? This was my trade that I did not execute, right? And that's 110% just a byproduct of my discretion up here and not wanting to jump in front of this. Being a little bit too cautious, not aggressive enough. Now on this price action, what do I have coming up? Nothing, right? This is an interesting area just because VWAP's here. We don't have a lot of volume until we come all the way back down here, right? Near the open and then some pre-market highs we broke out from really aggressively. Do I want to try a continuation long because we are breaking and retesting to the upside? Right, we're pushing higher, and I'm going to consider this as a play. Not really. Not really. I don't think this is a great spot to structure risk. I don't like, not to draw all over my chart, but I'm going to draw all over my chart. I don't like this. I think we can easily crack lower before we continue higher. I think if we break out of initial balance low, I'm up against the opposing stat for that. So I don't really like this for a continuation long. I don't like it at all, guys. I don't like it. I think there's plenty of opportunity in here, you know, for those that want to trade it. just probably not for me. It's probably not going to be a YM trade in store for me today. You never know. Maybe we start moving like crazy. Maybe something, you know, insane happens. As far as NQ goes, first off, I want to take a look at the daily. Ew, I don't know about this, guys. This is a little bit. That's a little bit dicey in here, boys. I don't know about all that if you're trading on low time frames. Yeah, again, we're kind of breaking and pushing in one direction here. This is looking strong. This is really not great for me either on low time frames. I might just be chilling today, guys. I haven't gone no trade in quite a while. I might just be chilling. How you guys making out if you're trading this? Let me know in chat. If you guys are trading away today, let me know. I know some people were getting short. They took some nice clean trades. Let me take a look over at Kick. What's up, guys, on Kick? Sorry that I haven't hopped on here to read comments today. Let's see what you guys had going on. Nice, you guys got short. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You guys were getting short, clean. Very nice, dude. Awesome. Slothfather and Kobe killing it on shorts. Kobe got long. YM 468, looking for a push back up to highs, mid 700s. Thesis we don't continue down to the 200 points lower than VWAP. Yeah. Yep. I don't mind. You know, I don't think that's a bad trade. Kobe's calling out a long for those of you guys that are looking. I don't think this is a bad trade at all. My man is long. Just to map that out for you guys. Some of you, this is a Discord OG and somebody that's been on here, you know, often. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? You know, if we continue lower, we come back through VWAP, we start to close below. I think we come all the way down here, and the thesis is that we're going to bounce. We're going to continue higher. You know, Kobe thinks we're going up for good reason, right? Nice bullish action here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Don't think there's anything wrong with that. You catch a 1-to-1, over a 1-to-1 just back to the 700s, even below the highs. Don't think there's anything wrong with that, brother. Not my trade specifically, not my continuation long, but definitely nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Yo, what's the background music? It's copyright free, like dubstep. That's what the background music is. You like it? Let's see what we had going on. Took the short on MNQ. Hit my profit start for the day. Nice. Scout long. Cool. YM price action. Yeah, I like YM, man. I like YM. It's the black sheep. Not many people trade YM. I trade whatever makes me money. So. Yep. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna chill on this one. I really think I'm gonna chill on this one. I just don't feel like I'm gonna have a great time right now scalping NQ. I'm probably gonna attack it a little later into the afternoon. I have meetings coming up in the afternoon. I've thought about running some live sessions where we just scalp NQ like degenerates for a couple hours, and maybe I'll start to implement something like that. I don't have a trade here, a good trade on YM. So rather than do what a lot of streamers do and a lot of guys that trade live do and just take 47,000, you know, dumbass subpar trades for the purposes of entertainment, I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that today. You know, scalping on NQ really aggressively in the sim accounts. We'll do that for the sake of trying to build some you know, some damn profit. But if I have that read right now, which I do, that this is just not going to go well for me, I don't even want to do it. I would just prefer to save myself the time, let this market trade for a little while longer, and then take a look. So on that note, guys, I think I'm just gonna chill. This was my trade today. I'm happy to pull up and say this was a good opportunity that I did not get to execute on. You know, maybe NQ into the afternoon I'll be watching NQ all day, but probably NQ, you know, once we trade through some of this, a little bit more of this NYSE open. If you guys want to check out, since we're hanging out on here, if you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures, this is the firm that I trade with. This is how I'm taking daily payouts left and right. You can take daily payouts left and right if you hop into a daily payout account. The new elite dailies from these guys are absolutely badass. Wouldn't sleep on this. This one is ending this week. Code RDF gets you the best deal As always, shout out Top 1 Futures. 60% off your first or next account, 50% off after that. Under $100 for the 50K with code RDF. Absolutely insane. If you guys have questions, I have a ton of videos on my YouTube. You can hop in Discord as well. Links are pinned to the top of the chat. Guys, I'm going to cut this one short. I'm going to end this one short and sweet. Again, like I said, I'm not a fan of just clicking buttons when I know I shouldn't be. I love clicking buttons. I love trading. I don't love taking a bunch of unnecessary, frustrating losses because I know I shouldn't be trading and I'm clicking buttons just to have fun. So I'm not going to do that today. Maybe tomorrow. I appreciate you guys hopping on. We're going to keep this one short and sweet. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Not that short. We're an hour and a half on here. Thanks for being here, guys. If you guys want to hop in the free Discord, if you want to hop on socials, if you want to hop on anywhere, we're running giveaways all over the place. I'm not going to run one today here on the live stream. I've been absolutely overdoing them everywhere. Don't worry. We're running giveaways almost every damn day, usually multiple. I'll see you guys at Discord. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. If I stand to make money, I can't be unbiased. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thank you, Zach. Absolutely. NG Wanafella, are you watching the stream? Do you have volume on? Because that was what I talked about for the last, I'd say, 10 minutes. Anyway, guys, appreciate you hopping on. Thanks for being here. I will see you live tomorrow, 9:15 a.m.